Hey and hello there everyone! Welcome back to the Post-Strike Streams Sunday edition and Chong Yoon birthday edition and 24 years since the episode of SpongeBob Band Geeks premiered. Like, wow. So hi! Hello everyone! Lovely to see you. Thank you all so much for making it here today. Lovely to see you all. And there really is a whole bunch of you, so I will just throw in the please click like on the video now. Do it before you forget. And then you can set it, forget it, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of my stream. So hi everyone. So let's say hi to some people, and then we'll get into the game, Pokémon Shield. We're still doing Dynamax Adventures because yesterday we got Kartana, the silver thingied Kartana, which actually, to be honest, the silver thingies weren't as it really was the dark blue that was sort of almost like purpley blue that was very prominent on that pink background, but but when you look it up on Cerebi, the silver stands out a bit more, and maybe even on other platforms. So, but let's say hi to some people. Kevin hi, Sky hi, Kieran hi, Alex hi, Onlara hi, Small Shiny Guy hi. Zach hi, Amelia hi, Zonda hi, boop ba doo 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 doo. And have I missed anyone? No, I think that's everyone. So hopefully, yo's boys, Bob, welcome back. Everyone's here. Okay, perfect. Well then, let's get into the game and stuff like that. You did, Kieran, you did. But when I was first looking it up, I was always looking on Cerebi, which has the dark background, which the blue bits just blend into. You really on Cerebi, you don't notice them. But yeah, when you're on the pink screen, the dark blue clashes with it spectacularly. So you were absolutely right. So yes, we have. So basically, here's the fun thing, guys, gals, non-binary pals. We only have now, right? When I set out on this journey, over a year ago, there were 24 Pokemon that I needed, that were available in this mode that I needed as shiny. We now have only 4 of them left, and the thing is that at the minute, or for a while, we have been doing 5 Dynamax Adventures a day, but we actually only have 4 Pokemon to shiny hunt for now. So we're in an interesting position where we could either scale it back to 4, or we could do the more exciting thing of basically kind of having the extra wild card just be a repetition of either one of my tickets or the regular wild card. So basically, every day, we might be doing, some Pokemon twice, depending on who's here and who's available and all that lovely stuff. We might get some fun Nightbot random selection game shenanigans, so we'll see how it goes. I can no longer give Bo tickets. How far we've come. Exactly, that's the point. Yo's boys, Bob. Your Uxie hunt from last time didn't get anywhere. Aw. But you switched to SV last minute yesterday, and you got shiny Sandshrew. Excellent. That's very cool. Well, congrats. Okay, so hang on. Let's Amelia, you're tired. It is pretty late where you are, in fairness. And if you had a Sunday dinner as well, carbs add lateness equals tiredness. Right, guys, gals, non-binary pals. I've edited the spreadsheet and Nightbot to hopefully have everything that we need. Kevin says BRB. Oh no, that means he's gonna. Oh, you're still hunting Null currently at 14.6. That's not great. That's not great at all. But you'll get there. You will get there. I promise you. Mathematically, you will get there. I was at over double odds just for a shiny, and then I got Kartana, which was great. Okay, so as hard as that is to hear, mathematically you'll get it. I know that's not what you want to hear, but you will though. Okay, so guys, gals, non-binary pals. So hopefully. Hopefully, we have enough people to be able to do all the things and the places, and hopefully Nightbot is correct. Nightbot is correct. Okay. So, guys, gals, non-binary pals, if you are interested in playing along today, and if you are all good to play and you have your Nintendo Switch onlines and all that lovely stuff, then what I need you to do is I need you to say strike in big capital letters. And then I need you to say, so strike, I can do, and then you let me know who you can do out of Thunderous, Celesteela, and or Stack Attacker, okay? Even though we only have one wildcard Pokemon now, we will still leave it as its own separate, and Kieran is here every day, so I mean Nihilego probably is kind of sort of like just one of the regular Pokemon at this point, but nevertheless we'll leave it as a separate thing. But could you let me know about Thunderous, Celesteela, and or Stack Attacker, okay? So ready, set, Bo, let me know. And Jupiter, hello! That rhymed, my name is Bo. That also rhymed. So here we go. Kevin can do anything, but not the first one, because dinner. Okay, so let's see who we've got. Okay, we've got a lot of Thunderouses and Celesteelas. I'm kind of wondering, do we have people who could do Stack Attacker? Maybe we need to do Stack Attacker first. or second, because of Kevin. Okay, hang on, let's see. Does anyone have Feebas? In this game? In this game, the easiest thing to do is get Milotic and then just breed it. Because Milotic is actually pretty easy to get in this game. You can kind of fudge around with the weather a bit in funny ways. Okay, so let's see. Oh, hang on. Yo's Boys Bob can do anything. And then Alex can do anything. Oh, okay, hang on. And then Kieran can do anything. Okay, well, how about... Hold on then. Hang on. I need to add names to the spreadsheet, don't I? So hang on. Let me go... Yo's Boys. Oh, hang on. Why did my game go dark? Game, don't go dark. Tenchi, hello. Day changing. Not even that, Xander. You can do that, but not even that is the funny thing. Okay, hang on. Let me just check though. Hang on. So Yo's Boys, Bob, Alex. Hang on. Sky, Kevin. Oh my gosh, people are commenting faster than I am able to fill in a spreadsheet. Why we still have Kevin listed as silver, I don't know. I mean, we should change that, but it's also like, we probably shouldn't. Hang on Lara. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, who am I missing then? I mean, I don't have Kieran yet, but I think there's like someone else I'm missing. Hang on. Oh no, Alex, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, and then 5, and then 6. Okay, so I think we have 6. Someone else is in the spreadsheet now. But no, okay. So here's what I'm thinking. Maybe if we open with a Stack Attacker, and then we can like do Thunderous. Why don't we have the team of Yo's Boys Bub, Alex, and Kieran opening up, because I know Kieran, I've kind of put you off a lot. So let's have you in the first round for once. And then team 2 can be Sky, the Silver Sky Lara. That doesn't work, does it? It's fine though. But yeah, so team 1, Yo's Boys Bub, Alex, and Kieran for Stack Attacker. And then team 2, Thunderous, we can have Skywatcher, Kevin, aka Silver, and on Lara. So does that sound good? Does that make sense? And then if Tenchi is able to do a Celesteela, Tenchi could... Ghost is here on Chongyun's birthday. Ghost, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I thought you were about to ask, why do we still have Kevin? Yeah, how come Kevin hasn't been hammered to smithereens? But yes, you're getting ready to move. Oh, moving is stressful. You're not able to find a Milotic. So I will tell you the secrets to finding a Milotic in a second. Although I think I did... I feel like I posted it on Twitter, actually. But maybe I did. I don't know. But let's see. Okay, so yeah, look, everything looks like it's all right. Okay, so team 1, Yo's Boys Bob, Alex, Kieran, let's do this thing because we're starting to run behind. You could join for a Stack Attacker. Oh, crud, that's what we're doing now, which means... Oh, never mind. And we've already assigned the teams. Come Can't use Twitter. That's fair enough. I'll explain it to you in a second. Actually, can I... Hang on. Actually, this is very weird. Can I... Before we do Team 1, do you guys mind if I take 1 minute... Just like 1 minute? Oh, crap. I'm online, so that means that a bajillion people are spawning. Also, hang on. Is something wrong with my joystick? That's very weird. Don't like that. Do not like that at all. Let me just... I'm going to just explain to Kieran, like, how to do this. Do this. Oh, yeah. I want to go, like, here, don't I? Giant's cap. Okay. Let me just explain one thing for Kieran's sake. Okay. So, being online is very annoying here. But wow, loads of people are still playing this game. That makes me happy. Okay. I wonder if the frame rates are a bit better in Switch too. But again, this is because I'm online. Any frame dips are because of... I'm online. Okay, so right. See how it's raining here? I'm in Giant's Cap and it's raining, right? So, basically, my Lotic appears during, like, certain weathers. I forget what weathers they are. Maybe it is rain. I can't remember. Well, there's a Gyarados. But my Lotic appears, like, in this spot, like, where Gyarados is or whatever. But can you see how the weather changed when I got on the water? So, Lake of Outrage, now it's snowing, right? So right now it's snowing, and then there's Gyarados. And then as soon as I get on land, it's raining, right? So raining, snowing, raining, snowing. And you can use this to your advantage. So any of the places where my Lotic spawns, the other one is like... Hang on, let me just show you. The other one is like in this bit of water here, right? Like, or no, sorry, it's this bit of water here. So kind of near Motorstoke. It's like this bit of water here, like with this little bridge on the right-hand side, Milotic can appear. And basically, whatever weather Milotic appears in, maybe it's the fog, I can't remember. But what you can do is, say if it's like fog or whatever, right? Basically, if it's foggy in the water, you can just go in the water and catch a Milotic. But say if it's not foggy in the Lake of Outrage here, but it's foggy in the Giant's Cap, what you do is you just go here, you go up to the water, you let the Milotic spawn, so like how the Gyarados has spawned, and because once it's spawned in, it doesn't despawn. So the Gyarados spawned in rainy weather, but now I'm in snowy weather. And then if I make the Gyarados despawn, hold on, I'll make the Gyarados despawn, but then I'll go back up here again, and then Gyarados spawns again. So, but that's a different Gyarados from the one that spawned previously. So basically the idea is go to the places where Milotic is, but like make it spawn in one weather, and then make it spawn in the other weather, and like that's how you get it. So hopefully that makes sense. If it didn't, then I just wasted like 3 minutes or whatever, but... Again, not that wasn't the best example because it was Gyarados twice, but I don't know if I have on my Twitter, if anyone wants to do a search on Twitter, like from @beauvo and then like the word Milotic and see if anything comes up, let me know. But again, the Twitter search function wasn't as good last time I tried it. Okay, so Team 1. Sorry, so this is Yo's Boys, Bub, Alex, and Kieran. Let's go with Stack Attacker. Oh, you had time to get a Phantom. See, there we go. My procrastinating had plenty of 0905 021. Oh no, 0907. Sorry, 0915 0907 0215. There we go. So here we go. But basically you can and you can do this trick to like spawn other Pokemon. So basically, say if there's a Pokemon that only spawns in a particular kind of weather, but like in that region, it's not that weather. It's like if you can see that Pokemon from like the region next to it, and that region has the weather. So for example, I think there was like a region where like Garganacl spawns in one weather, but like Machamp spawns in another. And it's like, so you can basically make the same spot spawn Garganacl or Machamp depending on which angle you approach it from. So it's a pretty neat trick. Oh, so Xander, did you find it? Is that the one? Does that actually display? Does that highlight the trick, Xander? Does that highlight the trick? Did I put a video on Twitter of the trick? That's quite funny. I mean, yeah, Kieran might not be able to watch it, but that's quite funny. It's the kind of thing which I wish I would have been able to upload to YouTube like 5 years ago. That would have popped off that trick. But anyway, right, let's do stack attacker. Ground types are incredible. Fighting types are incredible. Water types are good. If we can get like a rain team going, water type is really good as well. So you can't get Milotic in later outrage and sandstorm, but spawn it in fog and giant's cap instead. Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna go with Azumarill because it is water. Don't forget Altaria nullifies the weather, so we probably don't really want Altaria. I mean, Heliolisk does have the Mud Slap, but but yeah. But yeah, so in that little video I show, basically, the Lake of Outrage had a sandstorm, but the Giant's Cap, like the land, that had foggy weather. So basically, it's like I approached the Milotic from the land, and then the foggy land, and that makes it spawn. Even though the actual place it's located had a different weather. Right, anyway, Durblade has a fighting move, so I think we should probably go to the right here. Pincurchin does have Hydro Pump, and then there is an Octillery at the end. So maybe we could, maybe we could sort of begin with Durblade, and then we could work our way to the Octillery. Does that sound okay? I don't know if there was any science along the way. We definitely want Kieran's Sceptile to switch. The fog is post-game exclusive. That's true. But you did say about not being in post-game. Then I don't know how to help in that situation. Right, okay. I'm gonna set up the rain. Actually, we don't have a great team. Yeah, Copperaja can't do very much, and then neither can... Well, Boldor has Stomping Tantrum, so that's good. Ooh, cool avatar. But yeah, I hope we're able to beat this in 3 turns. This could be quite... tough. I'm not on Twitter anymore, so... I mean, thank you, but I'm not on Twitter anymore. Okay, thank you very much for the sort of preemptive stars and sparkles, Giratina. Much appreciated. Yeah. So yeah, that's thing. Sceptile and Copperaja do nothing to Doublade. I probably could have thought that through better, but look how much that Grass Pledge did. Was that correct? Yes. Doublade. But let's see, look, we'll beat this thing in 3 turns now. No, Copperaja is really good for stack attacker, so well done for picking it. It's just that it sucks for Doublade, unfortunately, which I hadn't thought through. Like maybe we should have like gone to the left and then just got the Octillery, but Stomping Tantrum, very nice. Because honestly, we could even like possibly get rid of Boldor down the line. Like maybe if we get rid of like Sceptile and Boldor. Although Azumarill's not that great. Maybe even get rid of Azumarill. Maybe I will ditch myself. I don't know. Actually, Sceptile is good. Sceptile is good against Octillery. Like maybe if I switched for the Doublade and then Sceptile switched for the Octillery, like something like that could be good. But we'll have to see. But Shade Van Fan, hello. Loads of people here. Loads of... If you have not yet clicked like on the video, now would be an amazing time to. It is Chongyun's birthday, and we've got loads of people here, and I don't know, it could be fun. Give it a go. But no, here we go. We're getting close, Max Geyser. Okay, there we go. No, it's okay not using Leaf Storm. That's totally fine. Okay, so Doublade is beaten. Huzzah! So, Pokeball, go! Well, a happy early birthday to all the people whose early birthdays it is. But yeah. So, chat. Oh, I do have a funny story. Can I tell you guys a quick funny Pokemon Go story? You don't have to know about Pokemon Go to understand this story. I promise it's just, in its own right, it's a pretty solid story. Do I switch for this or not? Do I switch for this? The Boldor doesn't have a whole load of damage, so like Boldor could go for this if you want. I can't remember. Oh, Pincurchin. Did we say like Pincurchin next? Actually, I might switch to this. If we have Pincurchin coming up, Azumarill is kind of like a job done here, I think. I picked Azumarill just in case there were like loads, because water type is very abundant in this mode. But just Azumarill's not really that good. We do have... Oh, the backpack... No, so do we go for the backpacker Pincurchin? I think we go backpacker. Oh, yeah, and the Clang will use like a double move against us, which is kind of annoying. So maybe we do want the backpacker. And then, yes. Okay, so guys, gals, non-binary pals. My Pokemon Go story. This is a story involving showcases. Oh, I get the Eviolite as well. So look, there you go. This is a story about showcases. So in Pokemon Go, they have this thing called showcases. What it is you'll approach an area, you click on the showcase, and then it's like, would you like to sort of enter a Pokemon into like a little contest where it's basically ranked on how big it is. So if you have like the tallest and heaviest Pokemon kind of thing, like they sort of, I don't know how they weigh up, the height and the weight. But basically, whoever has the biggest Pokemon wins, right? So you enter your Pokemon, and it creates a score based on how tall and how heavy your Pokemon is. And it has to be like the same species of Pokemon. So like, who has the biggest Sceptile, or who has the biggest Boldor, or whatever. The other day there was, or a week ago, I suppose, they had a showcase for Corviknight, who we don't get to use in this mode, unfortunately, which is a shame. Corviknight's a good Pokemon. They had a showcase for a Pokemon called Corviknight, for those of you less Pokemon savvy. And basically, near where I live, there are two different showcase stops, or two showcase competitions. And I was at the one of them usually has like less competition than the other. Like, one of them usually has better Pokemon entered. Like, usually, like, if you want to enter one, you want to enter the quieter, less competitive one, right? And so I was at the quieter, less competitive spot, which is, like, further from where I live. And I entered my Corviknight, and like, it was in first place. I knew I had a big one, right? And it was in first place, but the competition didn't end for like a day or so. So I had this first place Corviknight, but there was still a day for someone to overtake me, right? And then what happened was, like, the next day, oh no, I can't remember what happened. Or I entered one, and then like a day, maybe it was like 2 days. So I entered one, and then like 2 days later it was going to close. The next day I like checked it out, and I'd been usurped. I went from first place to second place, right? And so my big Corviknight, my big bird, was now in second place. But what I did is I kind of like took a screenshot of the like details, because I wanted to kind of see. I was like, well, I do have that other one near me. So if my Corviknight is actually, my Corviknight's not big enough to win this competition, this showcase, but maybe the showcase, like, nearer to my house, maybe the showcase nearer to my house, the Corviknight might win that showcase, right? So I took the screenshot, or I sort of looked up the details, and it was really funny. My Corviknight had a score of like 1,108 points, right? It was something like that. So let's just say 1,108, 1108, right? The one that had usurped me, I can't remember what it was. That doesn't matter. But then, when I looked at my other stop, because the other stop I had entered a different Corviknight in, a smaller one, right? Oh, no, sorry, I'm telling the story wrong. The other showcase... Sorry, it was the other showcase. I had entered a different Corviknight, a smaller Corviknight. And it had 1,108. Sorry, I'm getting there. So I'd entered 1,108, but I was in second place in this one as well. So I had 2 second-place Corviknights. And I was like, oh, well, how big is my biggest Corviknight? If my second biggest Corviknight is 1,108, how big is my biggest Corviknight? Because maybe it will beat whoever is ahead of me. Well, the person who was ahead of me had 1,109 points. So I was like, oh, so my second biggest Corviknight is 1,108, but then the one ahead of me is 1,109, and my biggest Corviknight turned out to be 1,110. So I took the Corviknight from that was second place in the other competition, placed it in this new one. So someone had usurped me by 1 point, and then I usurped them by 1 point. And it was just... So basically, I had 2 Corviknights that were only marginally, like, different in size from one another, but that marginal difference in size was enough for me to win the competition. So it was very cool. Right, here's the Max Knuckle. Was someone supposed to take Pink Urchin? No. Don't worry, I wasn't that distracted. I think Pink Urchin just doesn't really offer much against Stack Attacker. Like, we could have maybe had, like, a water team with like, the Octillery, Pink Urchin, and Azumarill, but I don't think it would have really been very good. So I feel like just having all these, like, Pokemon that kind of resist Stack Attacker, but that have all these, like, fighting and ground moves and stuff like that will be, like, way better. So we do want to take this Octillery. Like, if we get rid of Sceptile now, 07 Sceptile, if we get rid of Sceptile now for the Octillery, that'll be really good. Bo was treating the competition like an eBay auction. Exactly. Oh no, Sky. So I take it you are enjoying Silk Song, Sky, which is good to know. But yeah, I took a screenshot of my biggest Corviknight, and it was only marginally bigger, but it was funny though, because I took a screenshot of it, and then when I saw my second biggest one was only 1,108, I was like, oh, because I took a screenshot of it. I was like, if I need to pull this Corviknight from this competition to replace it, you know, I want to know how big it is, and then it turned out to only be 2 points bigger than my second biggest one. But then that was all I needed to actually win. Like, I had a 1110 and a 1108, but then someone did try and beat my 1108 with a 1109, so then I won with 1110, and it was great. It was great. And this was like 20 minutes before the competition ended. I took first place, so... right. Anyway, here we go, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Please Dynamax if you've got it. And attack away. Shiny Burnett for small shiny guy. You're nearly 10 hours in. Yes, I think you did. Actually, I think you did mention that earlier, but very difficult, but very fun. Oh, no, sorry, pretty difficult, but very fun. Well, good. That is good to know. Let's see. Oh, yeah. If anyone has Mario Party Jamboree, but on the Switch 2, don't forget that they updated the graphics on it the other day. I did mention that yesterday, but I just wanted to mention it again today. But I don't know why the graphics weren't updated on day one. I don't know if they changed it because people complained about it, or whether they just kind of released it unfinished, or I don't know. Ooh, very nice. You're considering stopping at 17k. It'll be past 4 times odds, but gives you an end in sight. On Lara, how about, why don't we do some maths and figure out, like, what percentage do you want to reach? Because we did some, like, odds percentages the other day, and, like, Xander actually as bad as Xander's luck has been, in terms of percentages, it wasn't as bad sounding as you would think. Which, again, I'm not trying to like lighten Xander's situation. Xander is absolutely owed a shiny legendary at this point. But like, I was like, oh, I bet the percentages on that are wild. And then they were like kind of tame, and it was like, oh. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. So it's 1 in 4,096, isn't it? Okay, let's actually just times that by 4, and then... actually, no, let's just do 17,000. 4095406. To the power of... Oh no, wait, that's 100. That's 170,000. Yeah, you don't want to be going for that long. So here's the thing on Lara. If you went to 17,000, the odds of you not getting a shiny by then are sort of only about 1.5, a bit bigger than 1.5%. So would you be happy at stopping at bigger than like the 1.5 percentile or whatever the phrase is? Doublade! Whoa! We just got a super chat from Ghost. Happy birthday to Chongyun, and let's get a shiny today to celebrate. I fear I may have got it a day early, but maybe I got it on like you know, Chinese Chongyun's birthday as opposed to like America Chongyun's birthday. So maybe that's where the shiny luck came in. Durblade is a no. Pincurchin is also a no, although that looks very dark, but the nose is yellow. Octillery is also a no. But will we get... For Ghost... Yeah, because Ghost is here, and because of the super chat, and because it's Chongyun's birthday, will we get the Golden Stack Attacker? No! Dang. But oh well. Did anyone get any shinies? No shinies to you guys, gals, no binary pals. Dang. Ghost, thank you. That's really kind. Okay, so let's see what we've got. No sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there. Naive. Timid. Oh, timid's good, actually. Jolly and bashful. These sound like the 7 dwarves or something, like in a different universe. Like timid, bashful, hardy, adamant. Right, Pincurchin. There we go. Team 1. That was fun. Team 2. Team 2. So Team 2, Skywatcher, Kevin, and Onlara. You guys, gals, non-binary pals are up next. Can we just do some maths? Hang on. Let's just do some maths to see what would get Onlara into the like first percentile. Hold on 1 second here though. If we say 18,000, okay, 18,000 would get you to 1.2%. 19,000 would get you, okay, 90. I'll just say this on Lara. If you went to 19,000. Which I know I'm throwing around the word thousand as if it's nothing, like no. But if you went to 19,000, that's what would get you in the, okay, I am in like less than 1% of players. Like if 100 people did what I did, 99 of them would have the shiny. So at 14.6. At 14.6, you're about you're at like 2 point. The odds of, so if a load of people, if 100 people reset the game 14.6 thousand times, 2.8 people would not have the shiny. So basically, like two or three would be expected to not have the shiny. So that's why I sort of say you do kind of have to keep going, because like 2 or 3%, I don't know, like that's 2 or 3%. That's kind of close to like, you know, 5%. If you kind of think of all the times tackle misses, it's like your percentage now is almost similar to like a tackle missing. which is kind of an annoyingly common thing. So that's kind of why I say it. Would you like to keep a record of where you found Stack Attacker this time? I gotta remember to say yes, don't I? Okay. Gonna do some Articuno single player. Okay, so let's, so team 2. So this is Sky, Onlara, and Kevin. Let's do this thing because we are running behind. So let's talk to the nice scientist lady. One thing I was thinking though, speaking of running behind, and so this is Thunderous, which hopefully is good with you guys. If not, we'll quickly change to a Celesteela. But let's do this thing. So Thunderous Jones, let's go 0907, 0907. We'll be quick today. I like both of those numbers. You're scared of hunting Virizion, the amount of resets. Yeah, Virizion is like the one resetting Pokemon, or wait till it comes back in Pokemon Go, that I like need at this point, apart from the things that I have in the Dynamax. And I really don't want to have to reset for it. Are we doing Celesteela? I thought we're doing Thunderous. I have you as Thunderous in the spreadsheet. If you can't do Thunderous, now is the time to let me know. But in the spreadsheet, I have Stack Attacker and Thunderous, and then Celesteela as Team 3. But if we are meant to be doing Celesteela, if I did say Celesteela, like if I said out loud, then you know, because if anyone can't do Thunderous, I don't want to make anyone do a Pokemon they can't do. But okay, everyone's in, so I will take that as a sign. There's a chance I may have said like Celesteela at one point and then like switched it to Thunderous or something. I know I did, I'm sure I did say Thunderous at one point, but it is possible I could have said, like, Celesteela and then Thunderous, so if I did do that, I do apologize. Thunderous, you guys are all experienced, I trust you guys. Rock and Ice are very nice, you know, Dragon, Grass, Electric, Ground, Volt Absorb, Lightning Rod, there's Volt Absorb, hey! And we got the Grass Resistant, and we've actually got things that, like, resist it very well. Although I will say, Togedemaru also is immune to Sludge Wave, so keep that in mind. Whereas Cramorant is just terrible. I'm sorry, Cramin, but it's true. In this, against this particular Pokemon. But here's the thing on Lara. You can't do Nihilego, can you? But you can do Celesteela, so you probably will be able to do Celesteela. You probably will get picked for Celesteela next round, so... oh gosh. Okay, Trevenant. Right. Oh, Electric to the left. Was it a Boltund or is it? Oh, there is Ground to the left as well. Okay. So are we? Oh no, is that a main edge trick or is it a Bolt? No, that's Boltund. Dang it. But there is Rock. Who's the Rock type? Is it a Rhydon? It's Sudowoodo. Do we go for the Sudowoodo? And the Grovyle, or what's the ground type? I can't even see what the ground type is. It's a Stunfisk. Ah. Sorry if the Sudowoodo was the thing we should have gone for. I didn't really know. I was kind of holding out hope the ground type would be good, but if it's only a Stunfisk, that's not ideal. Yeah, sorry, we probably should have gone right for the... It's a shame we couldn't have got Boltund and Sudowoodo, and if it turns out we can do that, let's pivot to the Sudowoodo. But Boltund is a really good support Pokemon. Like, definitely good for, say, like, the Basculin to switch into or whatever. Yeah, which Stunfisk I can't... Yeah, I didn't get a good enough look either. But yeah, we'll figure out Team 3 in like 20 minutes. That's for future Bo to worry about. So, chat, can I tell you about something that really annoyed me this week with regards to the internet and, with regards to like the internet and society and how we think about things and approach things, and a little bit why I'm a bit worried about people and society. Can I vent a bit to you guys? Bolton used Max Darkness. Oh, and it went for the Trevenant. That's so annoying. Even Sudowoodo isn't great. As the Dynamaxer, it is pretty good. As a general Pokemon, I would say no, but if we did have it instead of the Trevenant, that would be pretty good. But, but Stone Edge isn't, like, that great. Also, that Max Phantasm really did some heavy lifting there. Like, we really did some good damage there. Hang on, what's better, Max Strike and Max... No, Max Phantasm's better than Max Strike. Okay. The internet annoying someone? Surely not, Kevin says. But yeah, so chat, my lovely chat. I'm not going to get into the specifics here of, like, I'm going to talk about a post, or sort of about, like, 2 internet posts, right? And the nature of, like, the first internet post, I'm actually not going to get into the specifics of it, because basically part of my point and part of my argument here is, it's kind of about, like, nuance and how sometimes there's not, you know, like, to really get into giving a full rounded picture of a situation, you need a lot of time to explain it, and I don't have enough time to explain it. I don't know enough of the details and the context and everything to explain it. So it's easier to just, so Basculin Switch, yeah, nicely done. Basculin Switch, although, do we want to go for a Stunfisk if we have an all-electric team? This is the question. Dedenne. Oh, we could go for Dedenne. Dedenne's quite cute and fun. There is Machoke. Machoke does have Rock Tomb. We could have a Dynamaxing Machoke with Rock thingy-majiggy. I don't know. I'm just making up things here. Or we could just have a Dedenne Dynamax. We could have a Dedenne Dynamax, use some fairy moves, maybe even set up electric terrain. Because Thundurus can't benefit from electric terrain, but we can. Maybe we could have an electric terrain team. Maybe we could have an electric terrain team. Because Boltund has Rising Voltage. And then we all have electric moves. So maybe we could just have an electric team. Because we'd be able to benefit from the electricity. Oh, was there science? Oh. Was there science somewhere? I mean, we could go for science. It's just... I kind of like this idea of having an electric team now. But Amelia, thank you so much. We'll see you another time. So anyway, so it's just one of those things where, and again, and I'm not like, and with the original post, what I'm saying here, I'm not defending like the original post or the people involved in the original post or anything. This isn't me like sticking up for them and saying that they're good and wonderful, because maybe they're not, okay? But this is just about the reaction to something, okay? So, and I promise, this all sounds a bit vague right now, but I promise this will make sense in a second, okay? Oh, you picked right for Machoke. I mean, you could go for Machoke if you want. I trust you on Lara. I just kind of... I just thought if we had electric terrain up, that could be quite fun. It could be quite fun to fight electric with electric, because we would actually have the advantage as well. Oh, Boltund can use Helping Hand, right? We could do like double... Oh, I thought Togedemaru had a poison jab, but that still did a lot of damage. And maybe with Stab, actually, the Steel is more powerful now that I think about it. So ignore me. Maybe once you crunch the numbers, Max Steel Spike is stronger. Does double Helping Hand work? I actually can't remember. I know we've done like Helping Hand and then like Oranguru Instruct Helping Hand, I think, and that did work twice, but maybe double Helping Hand doesn't work though. I don't know. Entrainment. I think that'll kind of basically do nothing here. Because you have to be on like the same side for plus to work. Oh, that was good. Steel has 40 more than poison. Basically, if the poison was 90, that would be 180, super effective. If the steel was 130, that then becomes like 195. So steel would be more powerful in that instance. But anyway, the point is, so anyway, there was a post on Threads, right? And it was someone sharing a video clip of someone, and it was like an interview segment, right? And it was basically of the interview host, basically an interview host kind of like saying something sort of like nice and encouraging to the person he was interviewing, right? And then, but basically, it's like this person who, although we still probably want to fight them a choke, right? Because we're an electric team, so we still want to fight them a choke. So if we do need to switch, you are welcome to on Lara. I just thought maybe it could be fun. Maybe it could be fun having an electric terrain team against a Thunderous who can't utilize the terrain itself. Try the oops all electric, yeah. Here's the thing. Machoke with the max rockfall, it probably wouldn't really even be that powerful because like Rock Tomb is only like a base 50 or 60 move. I kind of forget the. Is it like 60 these days? It was like 50 originally, I think. I am just gonna Thunderbolt here. Maybe I should use Helping Hand, but we're going to give Machoke an electric massage. If Helping Hand is used multiple times in a turn, all targeting the same Pokemon, the boosts are cumulative. Ooh. The move power will increase by 125% if there are 2 Helping Hands, or 237.5 if 3. Oh my gosh. That's wild. That is wild. Okay. So anyway, so there was a person posting like a video clip, and they say, "Oh, this interviewer says nice thing about interviewee," right? And the interviewee is like this, I guess, like kind of like slightly controversial person. I don't know the person, right? But I knew the interviewer, but I didn't really know the interviewee, or that there was anything like potentially controversial about them. But anyway, this person just posted this clip, right? Like if I posted a clip, I'll phrase it another way, right? If I posted a clip saying this celebrity says Bill Cosby is a great guy, or this guy says I'm just trying to think of like, you know, sort of bad people or whatever, but like, you know, or this guy says Jeffrey Dahmer is great, or something like that. If I posted a video clip with something like that, this guy says this bad person is good, right? You would think, oh, that video clip must have come from the last day or so, right? Or this week or something. You'd think it's like a brand new interview, right? Like if that's the caption you put, like if I said this person says that, you know, this horrible person is good or something like that, you would think, oh, this must be like a brand new interview, right? Like that's what you would think. Like if that was the caption, so-and-so says like Bill Cosby is great, right? You'd be like, oh my gosh, like what? You know, this guy says OJ is great, or this guy says Dahmer is great, or this guy says, I don't know. Feel free to name bad people and I'll happily trash them in my examples. But like whoever, right? I'm just trying to think of people who at one time were like kind of considered good, but then were considered trash or something like that, right? But basically, okay, so I might actually Helping Hand Dedenne here, and then I'll use my own electric move starting turn 2. And basically, so like, this guy says Darth Vader's a great. That's it, right? That's it. That's a really good example. This, although mild spoiler for Empire Strikes Back, but it would be like having an interview with Obi-Wan and saying, like, an Obi-Wan saying Anakin Skywalker is great, right? Like that would be. That's a really good example. So like, you know, oh, this guy says Anakin Skywalker is great. And But like, but if you say that again, that implies that it's like some kind of recent quote or whatever. But the video that the clip was from like a year and a half ago. And again, maybe the interviewer still holds that belief, right? Maybe the interviewee is like a trash person or something like that. But the funny thing was, a bunch of people in the replies who were kind of like being like, oh, I don't like the interviewer now or whatever, right? So there are basically all the comments were just people kind of saying about the interviewer, saying, oh, I don't like the interviewer anymore. Or what they were doing was they were citing some recent recent scandal that has basically been debunked, right? They're saying, so, oh, well, after this debunked scandal, I gave up on him after debunked scandal, right? So it was just one of these things where people really just, like no one was saying that this video was like a year and a half old. Like, no one was saying that. Everyone was just saying, oh, I'm like done with him and whatever. And it was like, but the video's like a year and a half old. Like, no one is pointing this out. And I wanted to point it out, but I also but you have to understand just how many comments, like every comment was negative, and there were so many of them, and it was so vitriolic, and I was kind of like, if all of these people lack the sort of ability to look at the video and just ask the simple question, when was this? Like, then I don't really want to like get in an argument with those people, because these are people who lack the ability to argue properly, right? Again, it'd be like trying to play chess with a rabid coyote. Like, it's just going to bite. It's not going to play by the rules, and it's just going to bite you. So it was just one of these things where I just couldn't believe, like, all these people were just, they didn't stop to think, wait, when was this? Or what was this from? And then there were people citing a conspiracy that had been, like, debunked. And I was just like, what the heck? And it just made me really scared, because basically the interviewer is someone who, at least I think, sort of like, sort of puts out work that is sort of for the forces of good. I don't always agree with them, but I feel like it's, but I don't think what they do is like bad. And that basically they are working towards someone good. They are someone who is fighting against the bad in the world right now. But seeing all these people just immediately like jump to the worst conclusions and have no objectivity, and particularly the original poster who said that, like, I think they said they were like a journalist. I like just immediately blocked their profile, because I was like, I don't ever want to see something from this person again. Someone who just posts a video from a year and a half ago, and without saying that it's from a year and a half ago, and kind of like misleading people into thinking that it's something recent, that's like not good. And yeah, and basically, and so I don't like getting into labels or anything like that, but basically, because on Lara, so that's basically why I no longer even tried to discuss with extremists, just pointless. And this was the thing, these were like left extremists, so sort of people who are sort of in theory supposed to be on the same side, but it was just like, guys, what are we doing? There's a lot of hatred we could be like throwing out there in the world right now, and yeah, maybe the interviewer still feels the same way. Maybe this person is a bad person. Maybe the interviewer still feels the same way, in which case I will think less of him or whatever. But it was just this wild thing where, but it was like, but the person who posted the video was like very sort of rather, I don't know, like quite purposefully misleading, like to get a video from like a year and a half ago and kind of post it and not mention that it was like, and again, if you said like, if the caption said, so-and-so once said this about this not great person, but what's really funny is in the comments, a lot of people were posting a graphic about the sort of the controversial person or whatever. The date cited on it for like this graphic was like, hey, look, here's this graphic pointing out why this person is bad. That graphic was dated 6 months after this interview. So it's just kind of like, well, hang on. So basically, you're having a go at someone who said a nice thing to someone who may not be a great person. I'm not arguing the bad person isn't a bad person, but it's like, but if this person was like found to be bad, it's like if you're citing a graphic that was made like 6 months after an interview, then you can't do that. But again, no one was like asking, hang on, when was this interview? Or like, I don't remember seeing this interview this week. You know, when was this? I haven't seen this yet. Or wasn't this an old thing? But just everyone just kind of like immediately jumped on like the hate wagon. And again, for someone who is sort of supposedly kind of on like the same side and stuff, it just kind of scared me. So anyway, Bolton, no. Dedenne, no. Manoke. But will we get the slightly purple Thunderous? No. Dang, okay. It's so hard to trust anything online anymore. That's what I mean. Like, it's just, if you can just take an old clip and post it in a way which kind of, don't get me wrong, this person didn't say, hey, here's a brand new clip, or here's a clip from this week. But again, if I post a clip of Obi-Wan Kenobi saying, and I sort of say, here's a clip of Obi-Wan Kenobi, like, Obi-Wan Kenobi says Anakin is great. It's like, well, no, he wasn't saying that after Mustafar. But if you take a clip before Mustafar and don't say this is before Mustafar, so anyway, it just kind of alarmed me. There's like drama farming for clout. That's what it was. It was drama farming. Because if you just take a clip from like a year and a half ago and you don't say, even if you just say, here's like an old clip of so and so saying this bad person is bad, even if you just do that, like, fine, you know, I would still argue, well, their position might have changed in like a year and a half, like, and particularly if you're citing a graphic that, like, the graphic that everyone was citing came after the interview, you know, But yeah, Alex, that's such a good... Yeah, drama farming for clout and money will often try to make people seem horrible out of really small stuff. And that's exactly kind of what it was. So... anyway, Bark. So let's just see. No sparkles, no sparkles, no sparkles. Sorry, now I'm slowing down the stream. So I do apologize, but... And I'm sorry for, like, the vagueness. I don't want to get into, like, what the original post was about and stuff like that, because I don't want to be seen as, like, defending any of the people in it. But I just think if you post a video of someone from, like, a year and a half ago... and kind of do it in a way where it kind of is being portrayed as like something new or recent. When I would say a year and a half is not. I would say a year and a half is a sufficiently long amount of time where you can kind of go to someone, like, not for everything, but just for like some quote where they were kind of nice about a person. I think you can sort of say, hey, what was this? You know, you can find a clip of like Seth Rogen saying James Franco is great. You can find whatever, but like, you know, he doesn't feel the same way about James Franco now. So yeah, I don't know. You know, people's relationships between each other change. People's opinions of other people change. Like we live in a time where, you know, we can feel very different about people in a short span of time, but you have to kind of give that context to it. So anyway, right. So anyway, let's just see. So mild, lonely, gentle, naughty. I'm gonna go with the mild Dedenne. Also, electric terrain kind of worked. That was all right. Did we two-turn it? I think we two-turned it, right? So that was pretty cool. Right, chat. Sorry. So, we are going to keep the Thunderous ticket. Celesteela. So I do apologize. We can speed run things from here, hopefully. Celesteela. So who would like to do a Celesteela? If you are interested in a Celesteela, could you please say, strike the number of times you've played today, strike 0, strike 1, well, no one's done strike 2, have they? But strike 0, strike 1, and then say, I can do Celesteela. So if you're interested in Celesteela and can do Celesteela, let me know, and we will have Nihilego coming up soon, so, you know, if you can't do Celesteela, we do still have that as well. Ready, set, bow, let's do this thing. Okay, we do... Maybe I should check for the people... Actually, I probably should have checked for the people who can do... who can do Nihilego? Of the people who posted, can you let me know whether you can do Nihilego or not? I probably should. I should have said about that because we have a lot of people. I'm not used to having a whole load of people here and having to like split people up, but because Kieran we'll have Kieran do the Nihilego, and on Lara like can't do Nihilego, I believe. So Kieran like needs to be on the Nihilego because Kieran has the ticket for Nihilego. And Kevin can't do Nihilego. Sky can. Okay, so we do have Amelia. Okay, so we need to have Amelia and Tenchi because they are our strike zeros. But we might have to do a Nightbot for Nihilego. But here's the thing as well. Because now we only have 4 Pokemon, we're in a phase now where we can repeat someone. So say if like loads of people want to do Celesteela but like miss out, we can do Celesteela a second time. So let's see. Let's just see who said everything. So like on Lara, am I right in remembering you can't do Nihilego? I can't, forgive me if you have posted about this. I kind of got lost in the. I'll remember this in future. I'll remember this in future. Just ask about both. But yeah, Kevin can't do Nihilego. Okay, so I feel like if we're gonna do some kind of yeah, you got Nihilego from a stream, yes. That's what I was thinking, but sometimes I blur things in. After a year of doing this, so I kind of blur things in my head sometimes. Okay, so let's get the people who... Okay, so the people who can do Nihilego. So Sky can do Nihilego. So I will say Sky, I'm not going to put you in the lottery for this one. Alex, I will say the same for you, if that's okay. But then, okay. So basically, we're gonna have the old Onlara versus I think we're gonna have to have an Onlara versus Kevin Nightbot random selection game. The Nightbot random selection game is a rare thing now, but every once in a while we get to use it. But here's the thing. Maybe if you do stick around, maybe we could just do like Celesteela or someone again. I feel bad for although I feel bad for Onlara because Onlara forgot about I might have said Celesteela wrong, or Onlara got confused about the Celesteela. So I'd feel bad if it's not Onlara, but we'll see how this goes. But I feel like basically Onlara or Kevin are the ones who should be decided here. Just because they can't do Nihilego, whereas everyone else can be entered in the Nihilego lottery. Maybe I should just do Nihilego and Celesteela now, but oh well. So here we go. It's the Nightbot random selection game. Who's it gonna be? The answer is it's Onlara. So Onlara, please come on down. Sorry, Kevin, you snooze, you lose. By which I mean you could be in Team 5. Celesteela is still alive. Unless we get Celesteela right now, in which case there will be no Team 5. No, there will be a Team 5. But it won't be for Celesteela if we get Celesteela. So let's make sure we're connected to... So as a reminder, because sorry I took a long time, this is Amelia, Tenchi, and Onlara, okay? Because that's 2 strike zeros and an Onlara, because Onlara can't do Nihilego. So there we go. So let's do Celesteela. Would you like to save your game? Kevin could be the substitute. Okay. So let's go 09070305. How about that for a code? It's the odd numbers going down and then the odd numbers going up. Sort of, I don't know. So well done, everyone. Yeah, sorry, maybe I should have decided both teams. We've had more people actually, like, playing yesterday and today. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, so... But anyway, so yeah, that really annoyed me. It was disingenuous of the poster to post an old clip, but not mention it was an old clip. Like, I feel like you could have just said... Like, in this interview from a year and a half ago, so-and-so said a nice thing about this person. Like, that would have been fine. But if you just say, so-and-so says implies a presence to it, like something kind of present or recent. But if you're digging up a video, which is what it would happen, like, you'd have to dig up the video. Like, when something's like a year and a half ago, you have to dig it up. So... That is one that's disingenuous, but then all the replies and like no one, it was all just hate and vitriol, like people just jumping on the hate bandwagon. I didn't like it, and I did unfollow someone because I saw someone like react to it like that I followed in a negative way, and I was just like, wow, if you don't have the ability to just like question or just take that step back and question something, then I don't want to follow you. I thought you had good insights, but if you don't have that ability in your brain to do that, then I don't think I want to follow you. Right, Celesteela, it's like a Skarmory. It's weak to fire and electric. Would be nice if we had some kind of all-electric terrain team here. Ditto's always good for the memes, though. So I'm going to go with that. Octillery does have Acid Spray, which is useful up to Celesteela. It's not good for Celesteela, but oh dang, my roommate just got a shiny Sharpedo as part of raid day. Wouldn't it be funny if I got a shiny Sharpedo on stream today? That'd be fun. So I know, if only we had the last team for it is funny when the team we just had, or even like the path we just had, is like really good for like the next one you do. It's always funny when that happens. So anyway. Anyway. Right, here we go. Celesteela. Right, Rhydon. Rhydon can use Smackdown strats. We can have Smackdown and Earthquake strats, and that does work. So then we could go for ground types. If we go for Rhydon, we can have ground types. But let's see. There is Seismitoad, who doesn't have any ground moves. That's fun. Who's that dragon? That's a very chunky dragon. Oh, it's Duraludon. Duraludon does have electric. And then there is Morpeko. So we could go for Rhydon, Duraludon, and Morpeko, maybe? And Clefairy does have Mystical Fire. So we could keep Clefairy and then, like, switch everyone else? Maybe? I don't know. But... right, here we go. I'm going to be an imposter. Oh yeah, well, isn't there going to be like some Genshin Among Us crossover? Did I dream that, or was that real? I thought that was like a real official thing, but maybe I'm wrong. But chat, here's a thing I was thinking. Like, if we have a lot of people here to play with us, and if we get to a point where we only have, like, say if we have like 3 Pokemon left, right? Say if we do get another shiny legendary, say. Again, mathematically, it's unlikely, but it could happen. We have had times where we've gotten, you know, a shiny legendary quite soon after a previous one. So, it happens. But, like, say if we do get down... Oh, for the love of Nelly. Say if we do get down to only 3 Pokemon, so there's no more wild cards, it's just my tickets, right? If we get down to that point, if we had a lot of people playing, but we only had the 3 Pokemon, we could maybe extend things to like 6 raids per stream, and we do like each Pokemon twice, and then that could be quite fun. And then people could like mix and match. Like, so say if someone's like, I can do 2 out of these 3, we could do like, okay, well you can do you know, like this one the first time and then this other one the second time. 2, 4, 6, 8. Was that Tenchi's avatar looking great? Okay, mud slap, baby, mud slap. So it's real, Bo, and I can't believe it. I know, I couldn't believe that. Oh yeah, who should take Rhydon? Who should we keep Flygon because we're gonna go because there's like Morpeko ahead? Should we get rid of who have we got? We got Morpeko and and a dragon type. So maybe we could get rid of Duraludon. Yeah, maybe we could get rid of Octillery. Should we get rid of Octillery? Because Octillery isn't very good against Duraludon and it's not very good against Morpeko. Does that sound okay? And also, because then you would be able to Dynamax against it, so then you would be good against it. Like, you would be able to Dynamax against Duraludon, and you'd be super effective against it. So, yeah, let's keep Flygon for now. Maybe we keep Flygon for the Morpeko, and Flygon switches for Morpeko. Maybe I take the Duraludon. Maybe, like, if I get the Duraludon, and then Amelia has the Morpeko, and then Amelia can be our Dynamaxer. And then that could be fun. Does that sound good? Sorry, I was getting distracted by Among Us. Imagine if it's like cosmetics from almost characters or something. Like 100 characters. That would be fun. But okay. Anyway, Buck, I'm going to have a sip of water because I don't think I've really done that today. Again, every Pokemon is pretty good against itself, because although Duraludon is not good against Duraludon, it's also, that's the thing, it resists a lot of its moves. So, like, I can use Breaking Swipe to, like, lower its stats, and if it hits me, statistically, it's going to hit me with something that's not very effective. So, but anyway, Buck. So yeah, just the internet scared me and disappointed me. At a time where I really think we need to be, like, coming together. There's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world right now, right? And at a time where we really need to be coming together to, like, combat it and fight against it, I don't think we need to be having, like, petty squabbles and, like, dragging up videos from a long time ago and posting them out of context. Like, that's my take, basically. So, and again, I'm not like defending the people in the video or like the content of the video. I'm just saying the general principle of digging up like something from someone who is sort of generally like kind of on your side from like a year and a half ago and kind of presenting it in like a misleading way. That's just like not cool. And the fact that people were just so like hungry for hatred, like for someone kind of like on their side. Again, I don't like saying like on your side. It shouldn't really be about sides, but we kind of live in a world currently where there are sides. And so when you're like taking your time and your energy to attack people on your side instead of the people doing all those bad things, and you're so eager to attack the people who are kind of fighting it, it just, you know. Clefairy is on the struggle bus this adventure. Yeah, I was thinking, like, is it worth keeping Clefairy? Like, it has Mystical Fire, but it might... But no, Clefairy will be alright against Morpeko, though, right? Right? I don't know, maybe not. Why does the game hate theories? Because it's Mr. Crocker. 2, 4, 6, 8. Is this cheer feeble or great? Heal, everyone. Okay, no, we're getting some kind of... Oh, special attack. I'm using my physical attack. And so is pretty much everyone else. But except for Mud Slap. A more powerful Mud Slap with the special attack boost for the win! Yes! Okay, I'll take that. I will take that. Somehow Morpeko shots Clefairy. Yeah, with like a dark move that's not very effective but critical. Oh gosh. No, maybe it'll use like a max hailstorm or something, and then the hail will KO Clefairy. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Bark. So yeah. So nuance. It is a dying art form, apparently. I said I was going to get Duraludon, though, so it's fine that I'm paralyzed, because... So, 07 Ditto, I am saluting. Watch all 4 KOs this round, we Clefairy. Oh, no, please don't. So, if we lost 2 lives so far, okay. So, the storm is raging on a little bit here, but we do have some berries afterwards, so hopefully this will be okay. Man, you can even hear the storm, though. If you, like, listen to your game, you can hear the storm. But yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Oh, I'm nervous about that. Why am I nervous about a Morpeko? We shouldn't be nervous about a Morpeko, but... Morpeko's great, though. I like Morpeko. It's very cool. It's very cute. Great idea. And when I say great idea, I also mean... from like a branding and like marketing perspective, Morpeko is great. Like 5 years ago, or well, no, 6 years ago. 6 years ago, when they were like advertising this thing as a new Pokemon in the game, like, oh, it gets hangry. Like, that's so great for like social media and everything, you know. So there's that aspect of it. But then, you know, and then like marketing and like merchandise, so good for like plushies, because you got like 2 plushies out of it, right? You got this plushie, and then you got the hangry plushie, right? So it's just, it's great. I think is great. I think that's genius. I don't think having like 20 different form of Vivian is good for the plushie industry, but I do think Morpeko is. Again, I feel sorry for Loxton, who gets like every plushie every generation, and like when they released the Carlos ones, and it's like there's like 20 Vivian and like 10 Furfru, and like, oh my gosh. Right, Morpeko is weak. Clefairy didn't die. Clefairy is alive, right? Like, it's not hiding behind the Duraludon or my avatar or anything. We want to catch him. You don't have to keep him, but always catch him, catch him. Oh, and if you haven't clicked like on the video, we've beaten several bosses. And we should have... Hang on, how many likes should we have? We should have, like, at least 15 likes. Do we have at least 15 likes? I hope we have at least 15 likes. I should have been saying that more. Alex, I worked in food service. Hangry is definitely real. I love it. 17! Can we get that number up, though? So Flygon. Flygon. Let's switch the Flygon for Morpeko. Yes, very nice. Okay. So Rhydon can use the old Smackdown and then Drill Run strats. And then Morpeko can use Electric, I can use Electric, and Clefairy can use Mystical Fire. And then that should be good. 18. Can we get up to 19, though? That is the question. But yeah. Celesteela is a mixed attacker. But it does like primarily have like Flash Cannon, so like Mystical Fire is good for that. But if it does hit Clefairy, then we could be screwed. Meaning someone here didn't like until it was mentioned. It's 19! 2 people didn't like until it was mentioned. But no, thank you. Better late than never. I appreciate, again, do it now, set it, forget it, get it out the way, and then you can just enjoy the stream. So... Did Xander's hammer like the video? He did literally smash that like button. So there we go. The only other thing that I kind of have from this week that I didn't talk about yesterday was we did do our big cat grooming this week. I sort of talked about how we basically did like everything all in one day on Wednesday, including getting the cats groomed, and like the 2 fluffy ones had haircuts. They look absolutely, and when I say haircuts, I mean they were kind of like shaved pretty much right down to the just to like really do a reset on everything, and so they look ridiculous, but they're still pretty happy and content and good. And yeah, just the house has been, everything's been really good. Like the cats have been doing better and everything. So that's really cool. Is your hammer sentient? Is it? It's not sentient, but it's just like made of the Mjolnir stuff. You're currently moving a bunch of Pokemon from other games to get the shiny charm. That is the way to do it. It doesn't work for your Pokemon Home stuff, but it does work for the shiny charm. Right, Thunderbolts and Lightning, very, very frightening me. So yeah, because they'd been struggling. We'd like had some fleas and stuff, so it's like, well, let's just get them all sorted, and we think we've like kind of largely got on top of the issue now. So because it's just annoying though, because they have like topical flea treatments, but like those hadn't worked, so it was kind of like, well, we would have like got on top of everything sooner if we'd known it wasn't working. But when you do the flea treatments, you're like, right, they should be good now, and then they weren't. So right, drill. And there goes Clefairy. Okay, right, that's the end of turn 2. But this is team 3. So I will be smiling with glee. Although, actually, if this thing uses an Earthquake, we could be in trouble. 2, 4, 6, 8. A speed boost here would be great. Ooh, or a heal. Either. Tenchi, it did it. Right, Max Lightning, very, very frightening. And Celesteela, yes! Well done, everyone. We had nothing to worry about. Nothing! That was a bit close, but yeah. I'll tell you what, that round did kind of remind me a bit of that round where we had a Chansey. Like, Chansey was really good for the boss, but it was terrible for everything else. And we did lose the whole thing because we kept the Chansey the whole time, and that's when I learned we probably shouldn't ever have a Chansey until it's like don't go for a Chansey until it's a late swap. I was hoping... Here's the thing about Clefairy. Clefairy... I know it's like, oh, well, Clefairy has Mystical Fire for Celesteela, but the thing I was thinking as well, though, is that it has the ability such that it, like, protects its allies. So I was thinking, oh, well, this is good because Clefairy will, like, protect its allies. But then the computers kept targeting Clefairy. So, and I think that is just down to bad luck. But that was really annoying, though, because if the opponents had just attacked other Pokemon, they wouldn't have taken much damage because of Clefairy. But they went for Clefairy, so we took a lot of damage. Anyway, though, well done, Team 3. Rhydon is a no. You can't spell Rhydon without no. Duraludon. You can't spell Duraludon without no. Morpeko is also a no. You can't rhyme Morpeko without no. But will we get the White Bamboo Celesteela? No! Dang, I wanted the Celesteela. The Meltan is not worth it, though. That's kind of true. No Sparkles there, no Sparkles there, no Sparkles there. Let's have a quick look. Lonely and Modest and Serious. Why so serious? And Adamant. I am going to go with a Modest Duraludon, because why not? Why not is not in this mode, though. Helps protect others, but can't protect itself. Exactly. It's a good friend. But yes. So, welcome back. Would you like us to keep a record of where you found Celesteela? I'm going to say yes. We worked so hard to get it yesterday. Nihilego! Who can do Nihilego? Something, oh. My name is Bo. So, Nihilego. Guys, gals, non-binary pals. Kieran is playing and has the ticket, but we do still have 2 spaces left. So, if you are interested in doing a Nihilego with us right here, right now, could you please let me know? Say strike the number of times you played today. Let me know if you can do Nihilego, and then we'll figure this out. So Alex can do Nihilego. Yo's boys, Bub can do one. Amelia can do one. I probably should figure out the wild card, but maybe we'll just let Nightbot do a load of something. And Sky can, okay. Damn, we actually do have like more people than like Pokemon and stuff today. Okay, so Nihilego. Oh, okay. I think the spreadsheet's doing that weird thing where it counts some people twice or something. But there's no cram in here to fix it. Oh well. I know a temporary fix. So, okay. Anyway, Bark. Chat, my lovely chat. So I think we are going to have to do the Nightbot random selection game. Yeah, I probably should have got everyone to say everything they can do, but oh well. Because I think US Boys Bob can do everything. I think Amelia can do a few things. I think Alex can do some things. So hopefully this will be okay. Okay, so we're going to do... Okay, so guys, here's what we're going to do. We have 2 slots available, but we have 4 people who want to play. But we do have another Dynamax adventure after this, okay? So we hope... So if you're still around in like 20 minutes, then you should still be good for that, okay? So let's do some quick... So hang on. So we've got number 1, Alex. Number 2... like Yo's Boys, I'm just gonna put. Number 3, Amelia, and then number 4 is Sky. So we're gonna do the Nightbot selection game twice. I'm sure Nightbot won't pick the same thing repeatedly. Although if it picks number 4, then it's guaranteed not to happen. But okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm going to use Nightbot to pick someone, and then I'm going to use Nightbot to pick someone again, okay? So Kieran is going to be hosting this Nihilego, and then we're going to have 2 of you guys. If Nightbot says number 1, that means Alex, you're playing. If Nightbot says number 2, it means Yo's Boys, you're playing. If Nightbot says number 3, it means Amelia, you're playing. And if Nightbot says number 4, then Sky, you will be playing. Good luck, everyone. Let's see how it goes. It's the Nightbot random selection game. It's... Wait for it. And I do mean wait for it. It's Sky! Okay, so Sky is up. But you still have one more chance, everyone, okay? I will just say picking number 4 is helpful because this way we will not get anyone doubled up. So here we go. So you still get a second chance. So if it's 1, Alex, you are also still joining. If it's 2, Yo's Boys, you could still be playing. And if it's number 3, Amelia, you could still be playing. So, but it is helpful having number 4 cut off because I can just go RNG 3 and we're not going to get any numerical repeats here. Let's see who it is. It's number 2, Yo's Boys. You are up. But Alex and Amelia, if you are still around in 20 minutes, this means that you will be more likely to be able to play in like 20 minutes because you will have a fewer number of strikes next to your name. So hopefully that's okay. Hang on, let me just... Spreadsheet, please work. Yo's Boys, Bub, Skywatcher, and Kieran, please come on down. Okay. Kevin. Right, okay. So please make sure you are connected on the Ycom. Please make sure that you talk to the nice scientist lady. And then here's what we're going to do. We're all going to say, apart from Kieran, anything goes. And then we'll do this. And then... And then we will await a code from Kieran. Oh, here it is. It's 64, 51, 58, 63. I like it. I like it. 64, 51, 58, 63. It's very good. Very good. Yeah, I do need to fix... Hang on. Let me see if I can fix the Yo's Boys thing now. Oh, sorry, everyone's in except me. Except me. Right, hang on. Okay, there we go. I think I fixed it. So the spreadsheet has a thing where sometimes people double up. I have a little fix to it. Okay. So, But yeah, so like Kevin has only played once, Alex has only played once, Amelia and Tenchi have only played once. So if the three of you were around, it could work. Nihilego, super duper mega weak to ground, but then also steel, water, psychic. I'm going to go with Sudowoodo because it does have the ground. Starmie does have the psycho cut, so actually Starmie could be kind of okay here for once. Well, the Quagsire is good as well. Because of Quag. And Malamar does have the expanding horse, more like an expanding horse. But yes. I do just want like the sounds of Peter Griffin. Right, Magneton is a steal, so that is pretty good actually. And then we got like what, some Hitmonlee there, some Psychic. Metang's really good, so maybe we could go for like the Magneton and the Metang, and we could have like some Steel. And then... Oh, does Vaporeon actually... Vaporeon has Water Pulse, right? It has like Water Pulse and Weather Ball, right? So that's okay. That works. Right, okay, here we go, everyone. Sudowoodo. Now, if only Starmie, the water type, had a water move, that would be nice. Yeah, let's figure out who's switching when, shall we? If we got Magneton and Metang, I think Tauros is definitely a good... Maybe like Tauros and Starmie, honestly. Because like Starmie's not really much of like a physical attacker. And Tauros has like well, although Sudowoodo has good resistance to Nihilego is the thing. Sudowoodo's not great either, to be honest, but I'm just trying to think. Although Sudowoodo's not very good against Magneton or Metang, but yes, Michelle has been playing Xenoblade X lately, and Michelle's been having fun with it, which is good. So, right, high horsepower, more like a high horsepower. Right, Steel Spike. Yeah, Starmie is not great for a Magneton. Maybe Starmie could switch here, because like Starmie's not very good against Meta. I mean, Starmie's just not very good in this mode. It's an incredible Pokemon that is incredibly let down by this mode. That's my thing about Starmie. Yeah, Magneton does not have despite levitating, Magneton does not have levitate. So everything is A-okay. I'm going to play it safe with a body press here. And then we should be okay. It does have Magnet Rise. That is a good point, though. It can use Magnet Rise to, like, make itself avoid ground moves. It'll probably do that now. But Tauros for the win! So never mind. Luckily, yeah, Xander, given we've played this mode for, like, over a year, I feel like we have not seen that as much as we could have, and I'm very grateful. Like, we have not really been bamboozled by the Magneton Magnet Rise very much, which is a relief, honestly. And again, I do apologize. Like, it's one of those things, if you asked me, like, oh, what are Magneton's moves? I'd probably be like, oh, it has, like, Electro Ball, Flash Cannon, like, Magnet Rise, and something else, you know? Like, that's kind of what I would probably, like, say. But when you're, like, just in battle, I look at this team and I'll be like, right, obviously Vaporeon needs to be a bit careful, but the rest of us, we've got, like, ground moves and stuff, like, just attack it. Like, I wouldn't, like, think twice about. Okay, I think maybe we should avoid the Hitmonlee, because fighting is good against Sudowoodo and Tauros and Magneton. I know there's a Backpacker, and the temptation is to go for the Backpacker because of the items. But I think the easier thing to do is to go for an Ordino, because it's just kind of mid. To be fair, we don't really run into Magneton a lot. That's true. I mean, yeah, Magneton's one of those Pokemon where we just haven't really, like, battled it a lot. We, like, pick it, if it's like in the initial pick. But yeah, it's not really one we battle a lot, is it? Well, I think the thing is, when we started this adventure, we did a lot of Dynamax adventures where we needed ground types, and so we probably did fight it a lot back when we were like, you know, when we were like hunting for like Zapdos, we probably like hunted for it a lot. But then like, we got Zapdos. Like, I've had Zapdos for over a year now, can you believe that? I got like Mewtwo in like a few days, and then I got Zapdos like a month later. Pretty wild. So... yeah, and then there haven't been many electric types we've been hunting. Like, I haven't needed Zekrom or Raikou. Raikou, isn't that Atlas game that's like a Persona? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think with Magneton, maybe there are things like, maybe like we would fight a Magneton. If we were like on a good Kartana run, we would fight a Magneton because we'd have loads of fire types, but... yeah, we just haven't need Raikou remastered. See, Xander gets it. That means it's been a year since Tenchi's Choice. Yeah. Whoa, yeah, because Tenchi's Choice came about like on the hunt for like Tenchi got the Zapdos first, so that was like in like the August probably. Oh wow, that's wild. That's wild, he says, leaning into the microphone a bit too much. Okay. Max Knuckle. I tell you what, I'm actually going to go with a Max Rockfall here, because I'm not going to have that many chances to do this, and I've got the attack boost, so I want to see. And we've not actually had a Tenchi's Choice in a long time. I mean, in fairness, a Tenchi's Choice is a very mathematically... unlikely thing to happen. A Tenchi, for context, a Tenchi's Choice is a 1 in 100 times 1 in 100, which is 1 in 10,000. Now, obviously, it is a bit more than that because you have like 4 Pokemon, so that's not strictly true. But so it's not. But so it's actually not that like unlikely, but it's still one of those things where it's not a very likely thing to happen. Like basically every time you have a shiny, like one of your other 3 have to be shiny, like at least one of them. Actually, I might be able to. Actually, I might kind of be able to. Oh, did we not get the K? Dang, I'm sorry. I really thought we were going to get the KO there. On like the turn 2, but never mind. Let me just figure out one thing though. If you already have a shiny, right? Like if you have a shiny, the odds of like not getting a Tenchi's Choice. Okay, so if you already have a shiny, so every time someone has a shiny, the odds of not having a Tenchi's Choice are like 97%. So basically, if someone has a shiny, the chances of having a Tenchi's Choice is about like 3%. So it's actually not that uncommon, but again, I'm not saying that the odds of getting a Tenchi's Choice are only 3%. That is not true. But I'm just saying, if you already have a shiny, the odds of then it becoming a Tenchi's Choice are like 3%. So wouldn't it be for... So here's the thing on Lara. The answer's no, because you have the other 2 Pokemon to factor in. You need to factor in that they... See, that's why it's the other 2 that cause the complication. You either need to figure out if the other 2 are explicitly not shiny, right? You either need to factor that in, or if you say a Tenchi's Choice can be if you have at least 2 shinies. So then you need to do the calculations for like 3 shinies or 4 shinies. And the thing about like, once you get into, and here's the thing about like 1 shiny versus 2 or 3. So I'll go the muscle band. The thing about calculating like the odds of just getting like 1 shiny or something, like, there are different... There's one way you can get no shinies. All 4 Pokemon are not shiny. That's it. That's the only way that there is. And there's one way of getting 4 shinies, which is all 4 of them are shiny. But if you say one Pokemon is shiny, it can be like the first Pokemon, the second Pokemon, the third Pokemon, or the 4th Pokemon, right? But this is where, like, maths is messy and stuff, because if you sort of say, wait, so the odds of getting a shiny legendary aren't just, like, 1 in 100, it's like, no, they are, because you don't, like, care about the other 3 is the thing. It's just, but when you're factoring in all the other Pokemon, that's where it's when you factor in the other Pokemon that it gets messy. Like, when I say, like, oh, the odds of getting a shiny... you know, just like, this. What I'm usually doing is I'm just calculating the odds of it not being like, of there being no shinies, and then inverting it. Because basically you don't care whether you get 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 shinies, you just want a shiny, so it's like, it doesn't matter. But the thing about a Tenchi's Choice is that the other Pokemon do matter. Like, more than one thing matters, and that's why it's kind of messy and annoying. Because for a Tenchi's Choice, there's... well... But see, that's the thing. This is where I actually don't 100% know, though. Because maybe it could be that simple, but it is about, like, well, the other 2 Pokemon, they could also be shiny as well. And then is like, is that a Tenchi's Choice if you had 3? Because you then need to factor that into the calculation. And the calculation you put only factors in, like, 2, but it also doesn't truly factor in 2, because there are multiple ways of getting 2 shinies. So it's why it's messy and annoying. Professor Bo, is this math problem going to be on the test? Luckily, the answer is no. Right, Water Pulse. Can we get some confusion? Unless it already is confused. Max Steel Spike. Who are we going for here? Oh, no, not me, not me. I have Sturdy, though, so I'm okay. I'd still count 3 or 4 as a Tenchi's Choice. So would I. I think, like, you would call it... like, I would call it something like a Super Tenchi's... like, a Super Tenchi's Choice if it were 3, and, like, a Perfect Tenchi's Choice if it were 4. Although, ironically, that would maybe be completely imperfect, because that would be, like, the most heartbreaking thing of all, like, getting all 4 of them. But, yeah, I would call them a Tenchi's Choice, but it's still, like, harder to... calculate that, though, than just like when I sort of say, oh, the odds of like someone getting a shiny today are blah blah blah. Again, all I'm doing is just calculating the odds of us not getting a shiny and then flipping it around. Like, the odds of us getting something, it could be one thing, it could be multiple things. That's very easy to calculate. But once you start calculating like, sort of multiple things, that's... albeit they are independent of one another, so that does make the calculations a lot nicer and easier. But the thing is, but to calculate, like, but again, if we did factor 3 and 4 Pokemon into a Tenchi's Choice, that's where you'd have to be like, well, you'd have to calculate the odds of getting 2 Pokemon... or 3 or 4, but not 0 and not 1, and that's where it's like kind of messy and annoying. I did say that Tauros could switch here, but I do have less health, so I am going to throw my hat in the ring here. Tauros is perhaps better than Sudowoodo anyway. Like, Sudowoodo's not really an offensive Pokemon, whereas like Tauros is. And I don't think it will matter that much. I know I said Sudowoodo does resist poison, which is something, but... Tauros can take it. Has getting more than one shiny only ever happened twice? We've had Skybows. We've had I think we've had Tenchi's Choice, like, I want to say 3 or 4 times. And then we've had Skybows 2 or 3 or 4 times. Right, I'm just going to go the Meteor Mash here. But basically, if you get into the odd... But here's the thing. When you get into the odds of, like... let's say... And this is if I've got my maths correct here, which I might not. But if you were calculating the odds of getting, like, 2... Like, say if it was, like, 2 and only 2... Right? It's like... I think... I'm not sure whether this factors into it or not. But so you would calculate, like, 2 shiny Pokemon and 2 non-shiny Pokemon. But then the thing as well is that... Actually, it might just be that simple. But the thing is, like, sometimes there can be, like, order-type things where... you would need to say, well, the first Pokemon... but if you get a Tenchi's Choice, it can be the first and the second Pokemon. It can be the first and the third Pokemon. It can be the first Pokemon and the legendary Pokemon. It can be the second Pokemon and the third Pokemon, the second Pokemon and the legendary Pokemon, or the third Pokemon and the legendary Pokemon. So... Was that like 6 ways? So it's not just about being like, oh, we'll just say 2 are shiny, 2 aren't. It's also the fact that there are like 6 different ways of that happening, which might multiply the odds by 6. And that's why things get a bit messy as well, because I don't know if the order mechanics would actually play into it or not, just because everything's kind of independent of one another. But I think it still would. And this is why it's messy and complicated, okay? It's like if you said, what are the odds of getting like a 2 and a 3 on a dice? But the thing is, you can get like a 2 on one dice and a 3 on the other, or you can get a 3 on the first and 2 on the second. So it's why this stuff is messy. It's why I just do the easy calculations. And why I never get into the tricky ones, because it's complex. Right, well done everyone. Nihilego was indeed easy to beat. Stars and Sparkles, Sparkles and Stars. And if you haven't liked the video, do it now, because we've had loads of likes today, here on Chongyun's birthday. Right, Magneton is a no. Ordino is an ordered no. Metang, the original Skybo, is a no. But will we get the Golden Nihilego? No! But yeah, so whenever I do calculations about, like, the odds of getting a shiny, it's always basically just me saying getting, like, at least 1. It's never about getting, like, 1 exactly. It's always just about someone getting something. Or more accurately, it's more about, it's about me calculating not anyone getting nothing. Like, I calculate people getting nothing, and then I just flip it around. Right, Magneton, no. Ordino, no. Metang, no. Nihilego, no. Let's have a look at some Timid. Careful. Imbush and Timid. Double Timid. I'm going to go for the Magneton. Right, chat. My lovely chat. Because I am getting waffly. But anyway, we're on the final raid of the day. So, chat, can we just do a quick... Can we just do a very quick... we won't get into the specific Pokemon just yet. But can we just get into... Can we just do, like, a strike... a number of times you've played and if you're available? And then we'll figure out who... well, actually, maybe if we do... the 3... Maybe if I just say the 3 Pokemon, not strictly Nihilego. But you don't need to say who you can play just yet. We'll figure this out in a sec. I just want to figure out who are like our Strike Zeros and our Strike 1s. But yeah, if you can do Thunderous, Celesteela, or Stack Attacker, just say like Strike 1 or Strike 0, whatever your number is, if you're around to play. If we only have like 2 Strike 1s, then we'll figure out a Strike 2 to join us. But I think... I felt like we had a bunch of Strike 1s. Okay, so yeah. So we could do some kind of like Amelia, Alex, and Kevin team up. So Amelia, Alex, and Kevin. So if you are a Strike 1 or less, okay? If you are a Strike 1 or less, like a Strike 1 or a Strike 0, could you please let me know out of Thunderous, Celesteela, and Kartana, could you please say, say like Strike 1 or Strike 0 or whatever you are, and then let me know who you can do. I'm sorry to get you to basically write the same thing twice, or kind of say the same thing twice. But I just needed to see. I just needed one for the numbers, and then we'll do one for the actual stuff. So Kevin can do anything. So Amelia and Alex. Okay, so Amelia can do Thunderous. And then Alex, I believe you said you could do anything. So maybe we could do a Thunderous. Okay, yeah. Why don't we do that Thunderous then? And if someone wants to be on standby, you are welcome to be a substitute on standby. But let's do this thing. Let's do a final Thunderous then. So Amelia, Alex, and Kevin, please come on down for a Thunderous. And then let's do this thing. Okay, so let's go 0907 0351. Maybe I should have done a double 0907, but whatever. But yeah, but guys, once we get down to 3 Pokemon though, maybe we could aim for like 6 raids a day or whatever. We'll see. I do have a little bit of a... Sorry, so I don't know why I'm saying this really, but it's a bit of a sad thing. I do have a bit of a sad thing. So... You know, guys, I'd said about how we go feed some stray cats, and there was a mother, we called her Maple, and then there were 2 kittens, Sesame and Anise. And actually, when we originally found Maple, she had some different kittens, but those kittens went missing. And we hope someone, like, found them and adopted them, but you never know. But, like, Maple, we'd been, feeding her for, like, sort of 2 years, and litters of kittens whenever she'd had them. But we'd said that recently Maple... Okay, so you guys know Thunderous. Rock and Ice is nice. Ground types are obviously brilliant. Lightning Rod ability, Volt Absorb ability, Dragon, Grass, and other electric types resist. Watch out for Sludge Wave, Rain Dance, Weather Ball, all that stuff. We'll get to it when we get there. Okay, so these are all terrible. Oh, these are all really bad for a Thunderous, though. Okay, I'm going to go for a Seadra in the hope of us finding a ground type or a rock type. But we shouldn't, like, fill our team with water as the thing. But these are terrible, though. These really are worst possible starters. I agree, Alex. I agree. Anyway, Bark. So the cats, Maple and the kittens. And I said recently, unfortunately, sadly, Maple has, like, vanished now. And I was sad because it was nearly, 2 years since we found her. And I think it was, like... Is today, like, the 7th or whatever? Is today the 7th or the 8th? Today's the 7th, okay. Let's see. We got Grass to the left. This is really rough, guys. There's Vikavolt, and then there's, like, Crocodile. So should we aim for the Crocodile, the Vikavolt, and the Tangela? This is... Okay, I think we're probably just gonna... I think we are gonna have to switch for all these, because they all, like, resist, but this is gonna be a bit rough. Was there a Rhydon? I thought there was a Crocodile... It was either Crocodile or Rhydon. Do you mean at the very end? I thought that was Crocodile, but maybe it's Rhydon. Either... We'll have... if you're talking about, like, at the end, we'll have a look to see if there is a Rhydon. I thought I saw Crocodile. But... Actually, wait. Doesn't Tangela have terrible special defense instead of physical? I think I'm going to attack Tangela with special rather than physical. I just saw the long tail. Yeah, I saw the long tail and, like, the kind of chunky legs, but but I don't think they were as chunky as Rhydons, though. We'll have a look and figure this out in a sec. I do think we want, like, Tangela, Vikavolt, and then Crocodile or Rhydon, whoever it is. Either way, like, it's good. Oh, okay, Amelia's being bold and brash with a focus punch. Here's the max strike. But anyway, so recently Maple vanished, and she has vanished, and she's gone. What's really sad is, like, this week, I believe, like, on either Friday or Thursday or Friday, that would have been, like, our sort of, 2-year Mapleversary. Oh, we do want to be attacking, guys. Because, like, Tangela has, like, physical moves, so, like, Light Screen does nothing. We do just want to be attacking it, because otherwise it's going to do things like paralyze us, and we don't want that. But that's okay, though. We should still beat this. I'm just thinking, if we have Vikavolt and then a ground type, I'm good for the ground, but I'm rubbish for a Vikavolt. Maybe Gerda's good for Crocodile and Rhydon, so maybe we might want to keep Gerda for a little bit. I say save the ground slot for 4. Isn't our 4th the Whimsicott, though? No, the Eldegoss, and, like, we want to keep Eldegoss is the one Pokemon we want to keep, though. But then again, Eldegoss isn't very good. I am just going to take this because I'm paralyzed. I think basically it's either myself or Haunter, basically, was the conclusion I was getting to. But, Sky, you did it! Nice! So let's see, Vikavolt. Oh, there is a scientist. Oh, hang on, no. Oh no, it's Nidoking. It's not even Rhydon. It's a Nidoking, which is okay. So actually, maybe Nidoking we do want in. Okay, hang on. The wheels in my head have been turning. Maybe we do the science. Maybe what we do, we have Eldegoss switch for the Nidoking, and then. Because Nidoking would be a good... Like, an Ice Punch would be a nice punch, right? So, as like a Dynamax Ice move, Max Hailstorm. So maybe we could have Nidoking doing that. But maybe we do want to switch both Gerda and Haunter. And so... That's my theory, my game theory. Watch the Nidoking be shiny. I wonder what shiny we've got the most of collectively. Because, like, say, I've gotten, like, 2 Lycanrocs. So, like, have other people, like, gotten a lot of shiny Lycanrocs? Xander's had 2 Nidokings. Have other people had shiny Nidokings from this? That's an interesting question. I wonder what our most popular, or most sort of, like, frequently occurring shiny has been. There might even be some legendaries that tick that box, honestly. Where, like, you guys have gotten the legendaries, but... Oh, yeah, the 2 Colossals. Oh, yeah, we can't use ground moves on Vikavolt. It has the levitate ability. On Larry, you've gotten 3 total Lipid. So you single-handedly might have won it for us. Like, no one else might have gotten a Lipid, but just by virtue of that. Okay. Yeah, we want to just attack this with, like Max Knuckles and stuff like that. I'm a bit worried we're not going to be able to beat this in 3 turns. Maybe... Yeah, this is going to be... okay. So maybe we actually might not want to switch the Eldegoss if we... because... We're probably not going to beat this in this turn. Oh dear. This could be trouble. We're going to need a lot of crits here, I think. I almost wonder if perhaps we'd use some of our other moves that are, like, not very effective, but because they have stab, they might be more powerful, but... yeah, this ain't going to be 3 turns. Okay, so we're going to have to pay attention to... that. So right now... If it dies this turn, Eldegoss is the Dynamaxer. Don't get paralyzed. Okay, so it did not die this turn. So, okay, so if it dies this turn, I am the Dynamaxer. Okay. Amelia, once again, being bold and brash with those focus punches. Leaf Storm, yes. No, well done for using the Leaf Storm, just because that will be that little bit more powerful, and hopefully... Oh, man, we just got to hope it doesn't go for Gerda here. Or Haunter, because that's going to die. Dang it. Okay, this is a rough path. Not that you guys are playing well, but just this is a rough path. But there's the focus punch for the win. Okay, so we do want to switch here. So basically, I'm going to be the Dynamaxer now. So does this mean that I want to have the Nidoking? But it's a bit of a shame because it means... So here's what I'm thinking. Maybe if we have Gerda and... Haunt... Okay, so maybe if like... okay. I don't know what to do here. Maybe let's have... I think Haunter should... Like, Haunter or Gerda needs to switch here. But then I think we should probably also do the Science. But... unless, like, I do the Science. But we want to keep Eldegoss. Haunter or Gerda... One of you definitely, like, needs this, though. I would be more inclined to say Haunter just because... Haunter doesn't really have as much to take on Nidoking with. Although, actually, Haunter could have Dynamaxed and used a Psychic move that we didn't need any sleep for, so maybe I'm being silly. But maybe if we do a Gerda, and then... no, because Gerda's got a super effective move. I don't know. I'm just going to Science for the Whimsy, because I'm not very good against a Nidoking here. Gerda could also go for this as well, though, if you wanted. Sorry, I do apologize that this is so messy. It's just, this is such a bad path. There's just not really any, like... Part of why this is a bad path is because there's just not really a whole load of, like, defined good choices here. So, okay, Swoobat... Okay. So Swoobat is terrible for a Thunderous, but, like... It doesn't matter, though. It's good for a Nidoking, and that's all that's important. But yeah, to be honest, we might have... at least for Nidoking, funny enough, Gerda and Haunter... Like, a Haunter that's Dynamax... Oh, no, wait, Haunter wasn't Dynamaxing, was it? So actually, no, getting rid of Haunter's fine. Getting rid of Haunter's fine. Sorry, I'm being a ding-dong. I'm being a ding-dong. This is Thunderous hard. This is like... Yeah, this is like hard mode. I think do I say challenge mode when we make it hard, and then hard mode is when the game is actually just hard? I think so. Okay. I'm just gonna go with Grassy Glide to begin with, but if I need to up it to Power Whip, so be it. But we are going to be setting up the terrain, so like that's pretty nice. Thunderous wants to be Zygarde, apparently. Yes, Alex, I like it. Alex, you're on a roll with some of these jokes today. Kevin is in trouble. But yes, no, Kevin, I'm kidding, okay? I'm kidding. But okay, so, right, Psychic, nice. Can we get Special Defense drop? No, okay, fine. Oh, come on! Oh, double, come on! Oh, well, that's just mean. If we do win this, someone better get a shiny. I know, right? I know. Alright, here's a Max Overgrowth. Kadoosh. Oh no, on Lara's finding out Burning Jealousy was a spread move. And on Lara, yeah, because you might have missed some streams where this happened. Like, if you're ever facing anything with Burning Jealousy, you have to be so careful about using, like, Max Quake, Max Steel Spike, Max Knuckle, or Max Ooze. Because that boosts, like, everyone's stats, and Burning Jealousy hits everyone. And so Burning Jealousy can basically... Burning Jealousy can basically just burn everyone in the team in, like, one move. If you use one of those 4 Dynamax moves, it can, like, get everyone. High horsepower, but it misses! But that does mean if it uses it again, it will be powerful. So, yeah, in this mode, like, it's a horrible move for an opponent to have. It's an okay move. It's a pretty decent move for, like, someone on your team to have. But for an opponent to have, it's evil. So... Okay. So, Amelia is back in the fight. Swoobat is back. I'm going to Grassy Glide. Because, again, I just don't want to miss a Power Whip here. Right, Psychic. Can we get crit? Ooh, very nice. Okay, well done, Team 5. Team 5. We are not very alive, but that's okay. So I said I was going to switch here because Dynamax. Kind of like Gigantamax moves that give status conditions broken for opponents to have. Yeah. The Gigantamax moves that, like, give like, Toxtricity. Toxtricity is, like, horrible to fight against. Great to have on your team. Horrible to fight against. But yeah, so I think I do have to switch here, which is a shame. Because Swoobat is going to be a liability. Unless we should have just done something like swapped the Swoobat for Nidoking and kept Tangela, but I think we just have to play it. I think we just have to play it. Like, I think we just have to play, like, super aggressively here. Because I think if we just had a Tangela using, like, Max Strike, that would have been, like, a disaster. Oh, no, Eviolite. Oh, no. Man, you must have had some rough items, Amelia, if you got an Eviolite. Dang. I was hoping there was going to be, like, a Bright Powder. So... Right, okay, so, Dynamax, Ice Punch, more like a nice punch. Okay, Team 5, I want to cry. I like it. Do we want a light screen? Actually, that's a good idea, yes. I know I normally am missed to play aggressively, but yeah, because Eldegoss doesn't really have a lot to do. And, oh, Eldegoss has Weather Ball for, like, turn 2. So, yeah, if you light screen turn 1 and Weather Ball turn 2, that's actually really, really good. So, yes, good idea, Alex. I forgot you had that. That's a great idea. And then, because I'll set up the Hail, and then you will have a super effective move here. But hopefully, like, Swoobat won't die to a discharge if you get the light screen up. So, I like the sound of this. This is coming together. I should have done that in a Kronk voice, but oh well. Right, here's the rain darts. Okay, wasted a turn. Yeah, when we only have 2 lives and this is like the final one and we just don't really have a whole load of super duper effective stuff here, then this works. The only problem is I am setting it up for like Thunderous can now use ice moves itself. So if it does that for Swoobat or me, that's not ideal. But Light Screen will help with that, so... but no, well done, Alex. Very well done. I like it. Right, Spark. Yeah. Vikavolt just doesn't really have a whole lot, does it? Missed Kronk opportunity, I'm telling Sarah. There's a joke in there about, like, I didn't take you for a rat Xander, but, like, drinking, like, a rat potion from Emperor's New Groove. Like, you drank a rat potion, so you, like, literally turn into a rat. But oh well. Okay, that's not great. It did the thing I said, where it used the ice move on Swoobat. That sucks. But again, if we lose this, this has been a very rough path. Like, so, right, here's Discharge. Doesn't affect Nidoking. We just gotta not hope that one thing that could happen doesn't happen. It didn't happen! Okay. Honestly, Swoobat being dead here could be one of the best things that could happen for us, because it means that, like, it can't die again. And then everyone else, like, has a chance to, like, finish it off here. And we get a chance for a good cheer. Like, if we got, like, a speed cheer here, we've won. So, 2, 4, 6, 8. Is this cheer feeble or great? Oh, it's a healing. Okay, that works as well. Because if we've got the light screen up, then, like, a Sludge Wave shouldn't KO us, basically. There's only one way it could happen, and I'm not saying it out loud. Oh, Weather Ball, okay. Oh! The one thing that I was teasing happened. A critical hit. Oh my gosh. That's good to know, though, that even without the light screen, I still would have survived. Well, that cheer literally might have healed me just enough to survive that. So, well done. Well done, everyone. Team 5, we made it through alive. This is our second Thunderous of the day. We're now doing repeats. We're running out of Pokemon, so we have to repeat them. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. And if you haven't liked the video, if you are not in, hang on, how many people? If we had like 20 likes, no, if we had like 17 or 18 or 19 or whatever, I'm just gonna do some quick maths here. No, I don't know. Okay, well, hopefully, I don't know if we're gonna have any more likes, but if you haven't liked yet, now is the time to do it. Did we have 20 or 21? Let's see though. Right, so Tangela is a no. Vikavolt! I was like, that health bar is going down very quickly. I think it just got a crit on the Nidoking. But that is why rock is better than ice in a nutshell. Because of that. Because ice is good against the ground types you can accept. The ground and grass types you might... And dragon types that you have assembled. So Vikavolt, no. Nidoking is not blue. But... will we get the slightly purple Thunderous? No, we got purple Nidoking, but not Thunderous. Did anyone get any shinies? Maybe. No sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there. Let's just check Bashful. Lax, there it is. I don't think we'd had Gentle or Lax like the whole stream, but there it is. A Lax Vikavolt, a brave Nidoking. And a modest Thunderous. That would have been a great one to have a shiny. But no. Ah, c'est la vie. Okay. I'm just going to go with the Tangela because I had it for like most of the adventure, didn't I? Oh, never mind. So chat, that is it for another week. But here's the thing. If we do get down to 3 Pokemon... maybe we can do like 6 every time. Maybe we could try and do the occasional Thursday to really boost the Xander-ness of everything. Imagine if we did 6 on a Thursday and 6 on a Saturday. Surely Xander would get and if Xander played every single time, surely that would get the legendary shiny. That would be the thing, but oh well. So we do want to keep Thunderous. I got to remember to do that, not get in the habit of pressing no at the end. But that is it, and that is all for today. You guys, gals, non-binary pals, you've been absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for... thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for all the likes. Happy birthday to Chong Yoon. And I'll see you all next weekend, okay? So thank you for joining me today. Please have a wonderful week. And yeah, I mean, depending on how these streams go, again, maybe we will change things up a bit. Maybe we'll add some more Dynamax Adventures. It will be a lot easier once we, like, don't have a wild card to, like, assign teams and stuff like that. So maybe we can do things a bit quicker and we can, you know, squeeze in that extra 6th adventure or whatever. But we'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, please take care. Lots of love. See you around. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for playing along with. And